Average guys.
Oh, here's one interesting thing that happened to me last week. After we posted the first video about what we're doing with the 30-pound weight loss challenge, I got like a half a dozen direct messages from people, like friends, not like friends, friends on Facebook, who they were like, Darren, you look fine. Don't worry about it. Just, you know, basically the gist of the message was just be happy being fat, you know? And I know that, okay, so I look at people out there who are they, okay, they seem to project to the world that they are happy being whatever weight they are, but I always ask, are they really happy? If they're happy, good for them. I wish I could be one of those people that could just eat, put stuff in my face whenever I feel like it, go to Costco, eat samples, be a little fat all the time, and just be, hey, you know, life is great. But if I overeat just a little bit, if I'm carrying just a little bit more weight than usual, I just feel like, and it's not, you know, it's not, well, mental, I guess it is mental, but I just feel like garbage. Hello everybody, welcome to Average Guy Fitness. I'm Darren.
I'm Vic.
So this is week 2. This is week 2, start of week 2, right? Yeah, okay, so week 1 is done, and we weighed in today. My starting weight was 192. I weighed in today at 189, so I'm down 3 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think I'm either just right where I started, or like I went up like a pound or something.
Yeah.
Probably like water weight or something.
Yeah.
And I guess that just goes to show you can't be too concerned about the number on the weight too much, because it's like a long process, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and even where we're kind of condensing it down to like 3 months.
Right.
Where it's like, I think it's perfectly fine to take 6 months or a year or to like get into the shape that you want.
Yeah. But you can do it in 3 months.
You can. Okay. Well, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
We are gonna do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. But yeah.
So I'm just thinking like some of the stuff that I didn't.
Well, yeah. So what was your week like? What was your week like with eating? What was your week like with sleep? What was your week like?
Eating wasn't good. Sleeping wasn't good. Okay. So
right.
I mean, I think like sleeping is like, people don't realize how. And so I saw my Fitbit, because I wear my little Fitbit. Okay, so my sleep today was like terrible.
Okay.
Because it's like I got 10 hours of sleep, but my sleep score was 65.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
you're really, a good sleep score is like 80 or above.
Yeah.
And they said like, yeah, you only got like an hour and a half of like actual quality sleep, because I was just like tossing and turning, and I wasn't feeling well. That's kind of how my sleep has been. So, and then it also said that Fitbit, it tracks all these numbers from like everyone. So it's like, so they said people with a higher than 25 BMI, so any kind of the overweight category,
like us, yeah.
Yeah, so they actually register 70 minutes a night of less sleep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it is like very much correlated, and we will, in another video, I think we'll focus on sleep. But it's very much correlated, where the quality of your sleep is going to impact your weight. Okay. Because if you're not getting enough sleep, your body's not just functioning properly, right? And your hormones are not leveling out properly.
I think that's for me, that's the biggest thing when it comes to bad sleep, is the hormone imbalance.
And it gets you in like you eat more if you don't sleep properly.
Yeah. If you're okay, but let's go back to food for a second. You said the eating was bad this week. So you knew what you wanted to do, right? Which was to eat veggies and protein.
Yeah.
So what happened? What did you end up eating? What kinds of things did you end up eating?
Just whatever I can get my hand on. Okay, so like, just perspective, like we're going through like a full house reno right now, so everything's kind of like all over the place. So I think for this week, stuff's gonna calm down a little bit. Okay. So I think I can get on my diet. So we'll see how much of an impact just like 1 week of just like solid stuff, is where, so this week I was kind of like treading water a little bit. Yeah. Let's see how this week's goes.
Okay, yeah. For me, what I did, my strategy was I started by doing, I wanted to do a 3-day fast to start the week, but that didn't work out because somebody, a friend of mine, brought me food on Monday. So it was like, you know, I didn't want to turn the food down, and then I didn't want to eat the food. But then I was like, I can't throw out the food, so I ended up breaking my fast late on Monday. So, but I still had the majority of the day where I fasted. So I was still doing the intermittent fasting for the Monday, and then I don't know what happened. Like Tuesday and Wednesday, I just couldn't make it through a whole day without eating. So I ended up eating late at night. So I stayed to that pattern for the week, but then I went off the rails. Well, not really off the rails on Friday, but I ended up eating you know, those Italian sausages, like you know, those spicy Italian sausages without the bun. But it's still a little too fatty for what I'm trying to do. So I had that on Friday and Saturday.
But I think it's fine because it worked. You're down some weight, so it's
3 pounds. Yeah, I wanted to be down like 15 pounds
in a week. Okay, so that's not gonna That's not gonna happen. Okay, so like if you lose 3 pounds in a week, that's very solid, right?
All right. Yeah. Okay.
And a lot of that might be like water weight. You know, it's hard to say, but it's that's why you really have to look at it kind of like a bit of a long-term kind of thing. You can't look at it week to week too much.
Kind of like stocks, right? Kind of like our other videos.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So what are you going to do differently this week for week 2? Because
so with me, like I think an interesting thing is like, what's your trigger that makes you get into the zone, right? Like what gets you going.
Right.
So for some people it might be fasting, and you know that might be like a catalyst for losing weight. I think for me it's like just getting activity.
Okay.
So I went for a run yesterday. So I did. Yesterday I did a lot. It was like, you know, I did something like 3.7 hours of cardio, of like fat burning.
Okay.
Right, on my Fitbit.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that much, okay, but like as long as you get out and like if you walk around for like 15 minutes, half an hour, if you're not used to doing that, then it's going to have an impact on your body for sure.
Yeah.
So for me, I think like just getting some activity. So like a difficult part of all this is like our gyms are closed.
Yeah.
So I mean I was able to dig out my dumbbells.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna like start doing that.
Right.
So just going out for walks, going out for some jogs, just working out with my dumbbells, doing some squats. And
now with your work schedule, are you going to be able to schedule workouts? Because that's the big thing too. Like mentally, if you know when you're going to work out, that's a huge difference. But you have kind of like a schedule that's all over the place, right? You have it's a harder schedule for you to do that.
It's fine. You just have to find some time. It's not everyone's schedules are
conducive to
it's like like a lot of people say, wake up at 6 every day. Well, some people can't do that, right? It's like you have to like kind of like, and I think like the thing is like you just have to like, the more knowledge you know, then you can work around your schedule. And you know, like stuff comes up, then you can work around that kind of stuff.
Going back to what you just said about waking up early in the morning, so I was doing a lot of reading last week and then watching a lot of YouTube videos, and one consistent thing I saw, I always thought that, you know, when people say you should work out in the morning, I just thought that was a point of view thing, right? But scientifically, I guess, your body, there is a cortisol spike in the morning, right? For people. So the morning is probably the best time to be exercising because you can use that cortisol in your exercise.
To like get rid of the cortisol.
Yes.
Because cortisol is the stress hormone.
Yeah.
And you don't really want that because it's like
that's where belly fat comes from.
Yeah,
right?
like cortisol will add fat to your belly, so it's like that's a good point too.
Yeah, so I've been trying to work out in the morning, but man, it's tough because me just naturally I've always been more of a late afternoon, evening workout guy, but I'm definitely making that change. Here's one interesting thing that happened to me last week. After we posted the first video about what we're doing with the 30-pound weight loss challenge, I got like a half a dozen direct messages from people, like friends, friends on Facebook, who they were like, Darren, you look fine. Don't worry about it. Just, you know, basically the gist of the message was just be happy being fat, you know? And I know that, okay, so I look at people out there who are they, okay, they seem to project to the world that they are happy being whatever weight they are. But I always ask, are they really happy? If they're happy, good for them. I wish I could be one of those people that could just eat, put stuff in my face whenever I feel like it, go to Costco, eat samples, be a little fat all the time, and just be, hey, you know, life is great. But if I overeat just a little bit, if I'm carrying just a little bit more weight than usual, I just feel like, and it's not, you know, it's not, well, mental, I guess it is mental, but I just feel like garbage, you know, I can't do anything.
Like, most of the people who were saying that, were they women?
Out of the 6, 4 were women and 2 were guys.
Okay, all right, that's interesting. Okay, so I mean, I think
at least that's how they identify.
What I would say to that is it's basically like it is a big movement right now to say whatever.
Just eat. Yeah. So what? That was a few years ago, right? The so what movement. So what? Yeah. So you're 500 pounds. So what?
Or just be happy. And it's like, I can see what they're trying to do, but it's like, I really don't agree with it. Because it's like, look, if you don't feel comfortable in your skin, if you don't feel comfortable moving around, it's going to be better if you lose some of the weight. Right. And it's going to improve your health. And it's like, it's like, but you don't want to get obsessive about it. So it's like, there is that balance where, can we get to a point where we're just making healthy choices and getting to a healthy weight without being compulsive about it?
Right.
And that's the goal, really.
Yeah, and I think, but if you look at our 2 goals, if you look at our heights and our weights, for us to want to be 30 pounds lighter, I think that's actually a good goal. It's a good, healthy goal. Like,
yeah, it's doable, yeah. And
no, I know it's doable, but I mean, that's probably where we should be at in terms of our weight, right? We shouldn't be carrying around.
Yeah, because I do feel, when I'm just like, I just like bend over to pick something up, like, it's like I can feel that in my gut, and it's like,
it's an awful feeling. I can't go so what to that feeling, you know? Like, it's just...
Yeah, and it's like, I think people are just saying it because it's like, you know, there's a whole movement now, like, okay, nobody's feelings can be hurt.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And it's like, we're not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. We're just saying, like, okay, there's just like, stuff can happen. You can get to that ideal weight. And it's like, if anything, it's like, we're living such an artificial lifestyle where it's like the food that we're eating, it's not really food.
No.
It's really just crafted to entice us. But it's not food that's going to like nourish us or anything like that. So it's like,
sustain us.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm eating Cheetos and Cinnabons and I'm happy. It's like, well,
I don't think they're really happy.
I've eaten Cheetos and Cinnabons. I felt like garbage afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, the Cinnabon's great when it's going in your mouth, but yeah, for me, 5 minutes later, it's just like there's a chemical change in my body.
Have you ever noticed with donuts, where it's like for 10 minutes, it seems like you're feeling good after a donut, and then you just feel complete opposite.
Yes.
It's just like, oh my god, this is just like sitting in my belly. Like, this is not...
Right.
This is not the way things are supposed to be.
No.
That's what we're saying. It's like, we're not trying to like...
shame anybody or
no, not at all. It's like...
And the other thing is like, okay, so when, I cannot affect big changes in my life unless I get angry, right? I have to get angry at the situation or angry at myself. But then people around me kind of might take that as though I'm getting upset at them. So one thing I want to make clear with these videos is that we're not telling you that you should be anyway, but like for me, I have to like talk to myself like I'm a piece of shit, you know, like.
And when I got in the best shape of my life, it was because I took a picture of myself where I wasn't happy with myself, and I was like, okay, this has got to change.
Yes, yeah.
And that's and then you just find out like the right knowledge. Don't go into like some idiots like just, you know, telling you nonsense advice. It's actually pretty simple. The way we're doing it, we're gonna like, you know, go into some of that advice, and we're getting it from actual established dietitians and stuff like that. So it's doable. We can do it.
Yeah. We are gonna do it. Well, I'm gonna do it. I don't know about you.
I'm gonna do
you
it.
didn't do anything in week 1, but Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
we'll get there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Alright.
So thanks for tuning in for
Yes.
week 2.
Week 2, video
Yeah.
1. But we should so we should do more vlog stuff too during each week, right?
Yeah,
so,
doing nice workouts and
Yeah.
what I'm eating and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
we'll
yeah,
do that.
there we go. So yeah.
Alright.
All right. So I'm ahead by 3 pounds so far.
I'm where I started. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank
See ya.
you, and don't forget to subscribe, please. Please subscribe. Yes.